Alright. Hello, dudes and dudettes. This is our first official Diceandsocks podcast. We're your hosts, Champion, and this is
Travis.
White Boy Travis.
Cracker Travis.
Okay, so for the first 10 minutes of each podcast, we're deciding to go live on our Instagrams and just to get a feel of how everyone is doing. A feel of the podcast and whatnot. So that's what we're doing now.
True.
So how's everyone doing as of yet?
I hope you all are doing great. We're doing it both. That one blonde person and
Mine's is too long to say. I'll just tag. We'll tag both of our links of our podcast, of our Instagram in the description below of the video. So yeah, just make sure to do whatever, man.
Do whatever you want.
That's what we're doing. We're just doing whatever we want.
Just chilling with the vibes. I don't know if we cut out this part or not, 'cause it's the live stream part.
Wait.
We might.
What do you think about alien titties?
We have to cut that part out. Okay.
We don't have to cut that part out.
Alien.
It's alien titties, man. Who doesn't like alien titties?
My mom. If for whatever reason she listens to this.
I doubt she would care. But I like alien titties.
They're nice, but that's off book.
Is it off book? I don't know. I like alien titties. That's a good question. Alien titties are so unappreciated.
What about xenomorph?
I would. Yo, has anyone? Okay, honest question. Anyone remember that movie came out in like 2012, 13? Avatar, not the Last Airbender, the ones with the blue aliens.
Oh my God.
I would smash. I'm sorry, but
that's cool and all, but Disney. Selfless plug. I've been to Disney, Animal Kingdom. Their ride there. Oh my God, it is.
What about it? You just been on a ride?
Smile.
You've been on a ride?
Okay, so it's like virtual reality, but on steroids. You know how most virtual realities you can tell that you're in a virtual reality, right?
Yeah.
On that ride, you can't even tell. It feels so surreal and like real life. It's gnarly.
That sounds amazing, but how does that correlate to alien titties?
Cause you mentioned Avatar.
Yeah.
And that's the whole ride is based around Avatar.
Really?
Yeah. Like
the blue alien people?
The blue aliens, and you ride the little pterodactyl type thing.
Oh.
And it's so surreal you can feel it breathing.
Oh, that's amazing. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
I haven't been, so.
Probably doing a lot of editing for this podcast.
I don't think so. I mean.
And what we don't like and what we do like.
Like right now, I feel like this conversation that we are currently having about editing would be good because we're talking about editing. And if it gets edited out, no one would hear it. But if it doesn't,
very true.
Then they'll know that we second guessed ourselves in that we have a bunch of insecurities in life.
Tall ones. Yeah, the tall ones with long hands.
I completely agree. I would.
Don't read that one. Don't read that one.
You're not
you
wrong.
You can assume what it is. We are teenage boys. Do not forget that.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm a grown man in comparison to you, so.
I'm like a 5-year-old.
Mentally.
But a lot of these people must be like pedophiles because I'm a sexy 5-year-old. I just took off my glasses for the people who can't tell and look directly in the camera and move my eyebrows.
You know how we talked about things being edited out? That's staying in. I don't care. That's staying in.
Dear Lord. How you been, Champion?
Honestly, I've been okay. I've been enjoying the summer as best as I can to the best of my ability. I kind of did this thing where, my PlayStation broke about 2 months ago. Right?
That's no bueno.
It's no bueno. I mean, it was on me. I think. I'm not entirely sure as to what happened, but it broke. And,
no bueno.
So I got it fixed 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I thought, since I missed 2 months of playing, what I'll do is I'll drink a 5-hour energy, and I'll just grind on some Call of Duty and get back to where I was. Doing that, I messed up my sleep schedule, so I sleep during the day now. And
nocturnal. You turn nocturnal.
Well, it got worse, and I drank another one to try to get back on schedule. So now I haven't had sleep in the past 2 days, and I'm running on 3 hours of sleep. I had a nap today for the first time in a while. So I'm doing great.
So I have a friend named Dominic.
Okay.
He once stayed up for more than a week.
What a legend.
Feel bad for him. Only because he spends all his time playing Fortnite.
It'd be like that sometimes.
I really do. You know what I'm really sad about? So I did a poll on my Instagram, and it was like, would you rather play Fortnite or eat a person alive? Like 15, 16 people put eat a person alive, and like 6 people put Fortnite.
Why alive? How do you... Alive?
Like, eat people. Cannibalism. Would you rather be a cannibal or, like, play Fortnite? And most people said they'd rather eat a person, and that says a lot about...
Well, I mean, I feel like Fortnite has died up to the point where... I don't know if you guys seen that petition going around on Instagram where some guy, he texted Fortnite their personal DM.
I don't think that's true.
I think it's real. I mean, it has 2 million likes.
Even if it's real, quote unquote, I don't think they'd actually do it. Not only that, but there has been like the Sudan thing. There's a whole account based around for every like couple likes we'll send food or whatever to send, which they couldn't do because like borders would build up and all that. And eventually, after like having millions of support, millions of likes, they eventually came out and said, I was just curious on how many likes I'd get.
Yeah.
And it's actually seen a lot recently of the whole how many likes I'll get to get something free or do this or that. Half the time they're fake. Sometimes they're real, but a good majority time they're, not.
That is true. That kind of brings me to like you guys remember the world record egg with the egg got a bunch of likes. That was an actual organization for depression, I want to believe, and
it was.
So I mean, that was real.
That was real, but not. That's another thing is not everything on the internet is real, which I think we know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scams that's been going around. For instance, in the modeling business, not to brag, but sort of in it. I'm a really bad one, but I am one. Kiss emoji. And right now there's things as California. I don't know if you ever heard of California, but it's a clothing company, and they overpriced their clothes.
He bought their clothes.
So it was like an $80 shirt with just a black shirt and their logo. Which is already way too much. But they give you a discount, which really brings it down to its real price. So you become the buyer. And the main reason of you buying the clothes is to get other people to buy using the code they give you. And no one does because it's overpriced. And they can't afford that. So in the end, it just ends up making the influencers, quote unquote, not really influencers, just buyers. You don't actually get anything out of it. Except other companies, smaller companies, pulling up saying, hey, you can influence our clothes, we'll give you a discount. Buy my shirt, $1 million, but don't worry, it's a discount just for you. So you'll get it for $90 only.
Only, like $90.
Only.
I mean, in comparison to that, that's a great price if you want to think about it like that. But even for $90, the shirt better come with free Wi-Fi.
But you do that, and then so that's your discount that you get, and then you get another discount which other people use through you, and that gets them like. So again, let's say it's like $1 million. That would make them pay like $50,000. It doesn't actually do much for them. So really, no one's actually buying it except the influencers. So that's just the scam aspect.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can't blame them. I mean, it seems to be working. You bought their stuff.
Dude, Philadelphia? That's the guy of California. I don't know how much money he makes. He makes a lot though.
Well, he made money off of you. You bought his stuff.
I am the. You know what? I saved a couple people from using it. So.
I almost bought it when I saw that you were doing stuff with it.
You know what? Didn't get me much. I'll be with you.
Did anyone buy from you? Like.
No.
Really?
No.
Well, so what did we learn today?
Don't trust the internet unless it's the Diceandsocks video, because we spit straight facts.
I was gonna say don't trust guys named Phil, but that also works. Shameless plug right there. No, but Dr. Phil. You can trust Dr.
Dr. Phil, I love him. Who likes PewDiePie?
I do.
Do you like PewDiePie?
Are you gonna say that he's trash or something? Because
no.
Yeah. Okay.
No, he is a living legend. I would love to meet him one day. I doubt I will.
You know.
But doesn't he do a whole thing around?
Dr. Phil?
Yeah.
He did. What he did was he took random Dr. Phil episodes and of course did commentary on them as he should, because Dr. Phil's a good show. But however, Dr. Phil ended up copyright striking him. Sorry, and all of his videos got taken off of internet.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like all of his entire series of.
But he was showing off Dr. Phil. He was.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like that went under like the criteria of parody and criticism and commentary, so on and so forth. But he got copyright struck for that, which is something I also want to talk about. Something else I want to talk about. I feel like YouTube in general has kind of went downhill with the way they handle their creators. Like, I don't know if you guys remember a time when YouTube had one ad and not two. That was a thing at one point, and YouTube's doing too much in my opinion, you know.
Yeah.
Why are you playing with the lighter? Why are you playing with the lighter?
I don't know, it's just something to touch. But yeah, I definitely agree. A lot of jobs these days are just not cutting it for what the people deserve. Like, for instance, teachers. They get paid next to nothing and they work butt off.
They honestly do. I mean, yeah.
And I don't think it's right the amount they're getting paid. They don't get paid. They barely even get paid minimum wage.
That's not true.
What
teachers have said they get paid a lot. Yes, they do. Teachers get paid a lot. They just say that they don't get paid enough for what they go through. Teachers make a lot of money. What are you talking about? You have to go to college to be a teacher. All they're saying is with teenagers being stupid, they don't get paid enough for disrespectful kids and having to break up fights.
Personally, I don't think they get paid enough.
They don't get paid enough, but teachers get paid a lot. It's just not enough for what they go through.
Most of them have to have second jobs.
Yeah,
I know. Most of them have to have second. So it's a good amount, but it's not living, especially if you're by yourself. Well, it barely is living. Like, for instance, one teacher, I'm not going to say her name, but she's with her husband. She makes a decent amount of money, like you say, right? But she has to live with family.
Besides her husband?
Yeah. You know, I'm not going to say which teacher, obviously, but, you know. Yeah, you know, they don't get, I just don't think they get paid enough. That could just be me. I don't know. Why are people...
Yeah, I am that guy. Sorry, one of my followers texted me about something I talked to him about. I gave them a phone number to call. Mm-hmm. It had a funny voice message. But
did it?
The guy didn't want to call, so he had his mom call the number, and she heard the voice message.
What's the voice message?
It's on my page. You should call it. It's worth it.
I can't call it right now.
I mean, of course not now, but I would definitely... It was worth it. I didn't expect it, but it was worth it.
How much time have we been doing the live stream for?
We are at going on 15 minutes.
Okay, so I think we keep both the live streams up. Well, we're gonna turn it off, but we're gonna keep it on the page.
Well, let's see what they think. I mean, would you guys rather us?
Well, but then they're not gonna listen to podcasts unless we end the live stream, so they can't be left off.
Oh,
that's
you're
cliffhanger. Right. Cliffhanger.
You're right.
So that's the end of the live stream portion.
Whoa, dramatic. Okay.
Again, you can check us out.
Yeah.
You can follow the Diceandsocks at Diceandsocks on Instagram.
On Instagram, yeah, and our YouTube channel.
And you will be able to keep up. We're probably gonna be posting this on YouTube, and if we can, I'm gonna look into it Spotify.
Maybe
I'm
iTunes.
pretty sure it's maybe.
Maybe.
Well,
iTunes is like our top goal. Once we hit iTunes, I feel like we've made it. But we're starting with YouTube.
We've already made it.
We've already made it?
We've already made it.
I like that attitude. I really do.
Alright. Sayonara. And now, share the story. That person sent. Nicholas Vitaro is such a cutie. Alright. Oh, you said to call a number?
Okay.
How about let's call a number right now?
Okay.
Is it appropriate for this?
In all honesty, I think it is appropriate. However, it is something that we would have to turn the music down for. So let's just
65.
do that for a quick second.
831. Wait, 313. Okay, so the number is 618.
Wait, I don't know if we can put this out there. I'm not sure if that's a personal thing.
You can DM us if you want to hear it yourself.
Or it's on my page as well. But
yep, page.
Yeah. Turn the speaker on. It's worth it.
Yep.
Hi, you have reached the residence of Murray Bauman. Mom, if this is you, please hang up and call me between the hours of 5 and 6 p.m. as previously discussed, okay? And this is Joyce. Joyce, thank you for calling. I've been trying to reach you. I have an update. It's about, it's probably best if we speak in person. It's not good or bad, but it's something.
Wink.
And if this is anyone but my mother or Joyce, well, you think you're real clever getting my number, don't you? Well, here's some breaking news for you. You're not clever. You're not special. You are simply one of the many, many nimwits to call here, and the closest you will ever get to me is this pre-recorded message. So, at the beep, do me a favor. Hang up and never call here again. You are a parasite. Thank you and good day.
Sorry, this mailbox is full and cannot accept any more recordings. Thank you for using the voicemail system. Goodbye.
Well, golly. Golly gee,
That went well.
Wait, that brings me to my voicemail. It's, hey, what's up? I'm sure that's great, but this is a voicemail.
You one of those people.
Yes, I am one of those people.
You're very much loved by everyone you know. Just letting you know that. You're very much loved. Especially the people who call you.
Oh, yeah. Love, quote unquote. I did the little finger things. There's like little bunnies. You know, the quote.
Little
I don't
bunnies.
understand why I put my hands closer to the mic. I put my hands closer to the mic, so I was like doing the little signal thing.
But, yeah, I found that phone number, which we can't disclose. It is on my
Page.
Instagram. Shameless plug. Link in bio. Not bio. Link in description. My bad. But I found it on someone else's story, and I called it, and I honestly enjoyed it.
That's hot.
I can't even say I enjoyed it. It just kind of freaked me out because I thought I was in trouble. I thought I did something wrong, but it kind of scared me.
Do adults still scare you? Like when they get like angry at you? Like random.
No, I wouldn't say so because what can I do? Hit me?
You're right.
I don't really get intimidated by anyone anymore. Not to say that, oh, I'm a tough guy. Of course, I'm far from it, but I kind of look at it with the perspective of we're all human. Despite our age, we're all human, so there's nothing really to be afraid of.
I'm not human.
You're Travis.
I'm Travis.
You're Travis.
You know, I was on a mission trip. I did the bunny ear thing again.
They called air quotes, not bunny ears.
Oh.
Because it's a quotation.
Okay, but anyways, so basically it was a thrift shop, but for a children's home. So whatever money they make goes towards the children's home. pretty cool, right? They get a lot of donations. A lot of people go through it. I drove like 3 or 4 hours to get there.
Okay.
You know, just to volunteer. And we were basically free labor, you know, for a good cause. And I went there and they treated me and my friend like trash.
How so?
They went ahead and they assumed that we didn't do what we were supposed to. They went ahead and for instance, so what I came from here was I went and we had to destroy something because what they donated was trash.
Okay.
So we had to destroy it so it could fit in the dumpster. So we did. You know, we went to town and, you know, something to destroy it.
Yeah.
5-10 minutes later, a guy pulls up. I'm very nice, so I'm like, hey, sir, how are you doing today? Did you need anything? And he's like, let me talk to your manager. And I said, okay. And then he's like, hey. And he has me and my friend come up. And he's like, hey, did you know we have cameras? Did you know we have cameras? And we're like, I mean, I guess, yeah. He's like, do you know you're being really hostile right there? And we're like, what? And he's like, you're being hostile. We saw everything. The cameras are right there, you know, being like real tough guy, old man. And we're like, oh, sorry, sir. And then the manager heard it. And then she turns to us and then guilt trips us. And she's like, you know, if we lose customers, if someone sees that and we lose customers, the children, they lose their home. And that by itself isn't true. The thrift shop isn't the only thing that funds it. But they just tore us down. They didn't treat us right. We were free labor. Luckily, the person who brought us there, good man, came up and he said, hey, don't treat him like that. You know, not only that, but they tried to separate me and my friend after that. Because of that whole experience. But that comes from my point of adults don't really scare me as much as like they used to, you know? Obviously, I respect them. I will give them the respect they deserve because they are older. They've had more experience on whatever we call this planet. And I don't know. I just think it's kind of whack. I think you should treat everyone with respect.
Yeah, I mean,
old
deserves,
and young.
Yeah.
Unless it's a little kid who plays Fortnite. You can beat those kids.
We can beat those kids.
Yes.
We have the authority to beat those kids.
Only if they play Fortnite 24/7. Now, that brings me to another topic. Fortnite, thoughts, go.
That's a whole nother seminar that I could give a long speech about. But
yeah, let's keep it short and sweet like you.
I'm taller than
Wink.
you. I'm taller than you.
Wink.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure people might click off just for the mention of Fortnite, but this is just my opinion on it. Fortnite started off good, and it's kind of dwindling off as people... It's a toxic community. It's a very toxic community. That's all I can say, really. In Fortnite itself, it has been shown to copy elements of different video games, so all in all, it's kind of... No, it's not what it once was. However, it is very popular, and if what they're doing is working, then by all means, who am I to judge, you know?
You are champion to judge.
I am champion to judge, and does that give me authority that my name is champion?
Yes.
I think it does
You
too.
are the champion.
I am the champion.
Cue the music. We don't have any music for that. And that's okay. But my personal opinion is I used to play it a lot. But then it became a community of 40-year-old men in their mom's attic or basement with a mixture of little kids and people who played all the time, and it's in a very addicting game. Very addicting. You know, it takes away from life, I think. It drains a little bit out of you, and that, I think that's one of the center things, one of the biggest examples of social media and what games can do to you, because although they are fun and they're great, and I'm not saying they're bad, but they can take you away from what's important in life.
Well, what do you
Wouldn't you
consider
agree?
important?
I consider the people around you, talking to people, being with people, going outside. Going outside, can you believe that? People get freaked out of the outside these days. They're just like, that's terrible. I want to stay inside and eat pizza and record a podcast.
I know, right? Like, can you imagine somebody
Imagine
wanting
that.
to do that? Imagine wanting to record a podcast. I could never do that.
Diceandsocks podcast #1.
Well, I agree with you, but on the same tier, I feel like video games, although there are those people, 40-year-old people who live in their mom's basement, there are people who legitimately make outstanding friendships.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad. I just think, if anything, we should pay attention to the more important things in life.
Well, I mean, if you say that people around you are important, and if you meet people online, wouldn't that kind of constitute the same thing? Like, for example, I found this article. It wasn't an article. It was more like a comment on Reddit. And so this guy met this other random dude while playing Skyrim. Skyrim is a free roam game.
I love that
of
game.
Like medieval stuff. It's pretty fun. I enjoy Skyrim. And so they met each other while playing online, and they basically became friends. And while their time of being friends, they went around raiding dungeons and stuff, collecting items. They were doing great. And then one day, one of the guys gave all of his loot to the other guy. Just all of the stuff they collected throughout journeys. He just gave it all away. So the first guy who received all of the stuff didn't understand why. So the second guy then sadly said that he had a tumor that was growing from his spine to his brain, and he was gonna have to go into the hospital, and hopefully he'll come back. And the last time the guy was online was 793 days ago.
Bro. Actually, it's probably more than that post.
Yeah, I mean, the post is probably more than... Wow, that's about 2 years. Going on 3. So, I mean...
I understand how that hits.
That hits hard, man.
Did you know... Sometime was the last time you played with some of your online friends and you didn't even know it? Did you know, randomly, you said, alright, I'll see you tomorrow, bro, and then you never talked to them again?
I think about that because my PS4 that I have, the one that broke, that's my first actual game system that I played online with. So, I mean, I still talk to some of those people. So, but I could understand people who had an Xbox 360 or a PS3 and then moved on.
You know, I got sad because Minecraft. Everyone loves Minecraft.
Well, not everyone, but if you don't, then that's kind of an issue because Minecraft's a good game.
And there's this mod pack called Pixelmon, and I love Pixelmon, right? You know, something I like to play every once, like Pokemon, Minecraft. And there's a server. I'd spend years on it, and I'd play it all the time. I was the strongest in all of the server. I had all the level 100s. I had a clan with over 100 people, not even kidding. And eventually I got off for the last time. And recently I came back on and I about cried because they restarted the entire thing. So all my stuff was gone, but not only that, but I went into the chat and they were talking about Tommyzilla. They were talking about him like a legend. And that was my best friend.
Whoa.
So that hit me and I was like, oh, how's he doing? And he's like, oh, he doesn't come on anymore. And that just hit hard because that was like my best friend on the mod pack. You know, we would do all this stuff. We would almost break the server. We would fight. We made a huge clan and all this stuff. And I haven't been able to talk to him since. And it hits. It hurts because all your stuff is gone. Your friends are gone. And the community is still there, but it feels like someone just, detaches.
Wow.
But, so, what I'm saying is, all of this stuff, it isn't bad for you. You can make a lot of good friends. You can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah. But
you should also take a time and moment to go outside, enjoy the little things in life. Do little things like, I like to longboard, as you may know. I love it. I mean, I have like 3 longboards in my closet, like 2 skateboards. I like doing that stuff. And then there's a trail next to my house. Atomic Blonde Border, if you want to see some of that stuff.
Link in bio.
Champion's been with me on it.
I have. It's a wonderful trail.
Tell me about the trail. Tell me what you think about the trail.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's another story. Okay. So
that's what it's all about.
So the first time I came here to Travis's house, he told me that we were gonna go longboarding on the trail. So of course I didn't know exactly what he meant by the trail. So we went. So we're skating down the trail. It's beautiful scenery. So he says, "Hey, want some water?" And I say, "Sure." We make a slight detour by the nearby park, and In a nearby park, there's a water fountain. However, the water is like ice cold, and next to the water, there's tiny paper cups, and I've never seen that in a public park where I live. So, of course, I obsess over the tiny little cups, because when's the last time you had a cup in a public park? Pretty sure no one has had a cup in a public park. So, Travis says, okay, give me a second, I have to use the bathroom. So, while he's using the bathroom, I'm taking the time to look around me, see what's going on. And then I noticed there's a map. The map is a gigantic layout of the different trails you can take. And underneath the trails, there are different means of transportation. So of course, you can walk on a trail, of course. You can bike the trail, you can skateboard, like me and Travis were doing. Then there's the tiny, very small few people who decide to roller skate on a trail. And then there's a specific trail for people who actually ride horses. That's a thing. People ride horses, and Travis took it so lightly, like, oh yeah, I've seen a horse on here. So that kind of blew my mind. So 30 minutes down the trail, everything is going good, Nice breeze, the tree's beautiful, everything is great. So Travis says, hey look, the peacocks. I look to the left of me, there's like 5 peacocks just walking, just minding their business. The peacocks. When's the last time you guys have seen a peacock? That was amazing to me. I haven't seen a peacock in such a long time, but yeah, that's the time I went on the trail. And afterwards, I didn't really expect much, I enjoyed it, of course. Every time I go on it, it's amazing, but that first time, that always
hits.
Yeah, it sticks with me, and I haven't seen a peacock after that in a while. Like, that was the first
on the trail.
Of course, on the trail.
Again, but it's just, it's the little things in life. You see this, the cup of waters. He freaked out over that. Told his family.
Yeah.
And just about the little cup of water, and that's so surreal to me, because it is really just the small things. It's what's in between the paper. That doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to me, and that's all that really matters.
In between the paper. It's in between. It's all about in between the paper.
Yeah.
It's all about in between the paper. Yeah.
Anyways.
But yeah, since we're talking about the small things in life, I want to take this moment to address a serious topic.
Okay.
For those who keep up with social media, we sadly lost someone who people have known well, mainly the TikTok community. As much as I could talk about the TikTok community, we lost someone. 17-year-old Bianca Devin. She was
murdered.
Yeah, she was murdered by her 21-year-old boyfriend, and obviously that's horrible. Condolences to her family and friends and whoever enjoyed her content. It's mind-blowing how we can lose someone so fast. But one thing that did stick out to me throughout the grieving process of her family and throughout the time period after she died, I learned that on the internet you can't even die properly. And what I mean by that is, I found out about Bianca's passing through memes, and the memes weren't rest in peace memes. They were way too soon and so out of taste. So I learned that you can't even die properly without someone out there trying to make a profit, or at least a social standing off of your death. Like the same with Etika. Etika was
I was just gonna mention that.
Yeah, you wanna talk about him?
Yeah. What was the YouTuber that disgraced him?
I honestly don't know the name of the YouTuber. I can definitely find that out. But
yeah, look that up while we're talking about it. But anyways, this YouTuber, he did you guys in 5 a.m. challenge, right?
3 a.m. challenge.
3 a.m. challenge. It's very stupid. They basically just do things at 3 a.m. and they're like, oh, spooky. But he said he was summoning Etika. right after he died.
Yeah. So the guy's name is I'm J Station, and the purpose of the 3 a.m. challenge is it's prophesized that 3 a.m. is around the time when most demonic action and more spiritual action takes place. So he did the challenge in hopes to find Etika or talk to Etika, but that was literally after a day Etika died. So
and how do you know how Etika died? He died suicide, right?
Yeah, Etika was going through stuff, but he always made sure to uplift his viewers on his stream about whatever they were going through. But at the same time, he was going through so much on his own, and no one ever took the time to care about that. We just cared about his content, and I feel like although while Etika was an amazing personality, I personally watched his streams.
I think people just take advantage of what they can. I mean, it's there.
Yeah.
You don't know truly what you have until you lose it. I think that's definitely goes to everyone.
It goes to everyone.
Social media, again, there's all that stuff. You have it, but how many people out there can really last a day or two, a literal day or two without their phone?
Yeah, I agree. It's just messed up. So I just want to give a quick tribute to Bianca Devin,
and Etika
and anyone
else just died.
Who just died?
Let's get a rest in peace to everyone who died through social media.
Can we get an F in the chat? I'm sorry.
It's been a couple weeks, so we can say that.
But still, as you'll see on screen, we'll have a couple of pictures of Bianca.
We can.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can do that. It's not a copyright thing, but as you can see on screen, we'll have some pictures and some of her TikToks of Bianca. We're here in the studio.
You can't tell.
We're saluting
Bianca
and Etika and anyone
who died,
who had a wonderful social standing and was able to touch the hearts of so many people, but yet was gone too soon. And I also want to say something to the people who choose to make memes of those social idols who.
I think there's a time and place to do it. I think memes are funny, it's comedy.
Yeah, memes
comedy is important. It's what makes the world go round,
yeah.
But I think you should at least wait like a month or two.
Yeah,
right?
It was way too soon.
You're seeing it as a meme and it's fresh. You gotta do it when it's fresh, when you're gonna get the most views. But sure, it'll be funny, and I think the only acceptable really meme is the meme where it's like at the gates of heaven or whatever.
Yeah, that's
welcome.
Come join us. Like with Cameron Boyce. I noticed that Cameron Boyce, okay, so for those who don't know who Cameron Boyce is, Cameron Boyce was a Disney star who starred in many different shows and movies such as Jessie, Bunked, and Disney's movies Descendants, which was I was a part of Disney Disney was a part of my life, and Cameron Boyce went a little too soon, but he managed to stay respectable throughout his death. His passing was on the news. It was actually on national TV. Disney did their own tribute to Cameron Boyce. His passing was a little more respectable as opposed to Etika's and Bianca Devin's. I don't know why.
Is it too early to make a quick joke?
I mean, you can make the joke. I take no responsibility
for it. And
he
never got with Jessie.
Well,
I watched that entire show one day just hoping maybe he'll get a kiss from her.
He
did.
On the
cheek.
He did. At the last episode.
Oh, really?
He did.
Well, you know what? Golly gee.
Well, I guess he got what he wanted.
He got some McLovin.
He got some McLovin. But I just wish that, like what Travis said, those small things matter, and I guess the main message
I think girls like me. Small things, they matter.
Well, you heard it first. I'm not into that. I'm not.
I'm not talking about what. I'm talking about my heart. I mean, Anyways, how much time do we have left?
How much time do we have left?
Yeah. Can we get a couple more topics in, or?
In all honesty, I think we've covered a lot today, and I honestly think that we got enough done today.
So what do you guys think?
What do you think? Like, for those who've stuck around this far, first and foremost, round of
Golly
applause.
gee.
Round of applause. If you stuck around,
wait, it's only 40 minutes.
It's only 40 minutes. What do you mean only?
You trying to get to an hour?
Let's hit 45. 45 is a good round number, you know?
And we can take them within the 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'd like to thank, first and foremost...
If you made it this far, round of applause.
Yes. Pat. I would also like to thank Sadwater. At Sadwater, I don't know if we're going to put his link.
Yes, link in description.
He gave some advice. He's a really good guy. Some of his things may be very controversial, and everything should be taken as a joke that he says. But he's a good guy. You know, he helped a lot with the idea of the podcast. If anything, I think he's the one who mainly inspired me.
I agree. I mean, I personally have not checked out Sadwater's content, and I will. Of course, link in description if you want to. But he helped us a lot with the direction we wanted to take on this, and I feel like for our first podcast, we didn't do bad.
I liked it. We're probably gonna re-listen to it.
Of course, we're gonna re-listen to it.
Also, I'd like to for the last, do we have anyone else to thank, or are we good?
Yes, of course. I want to thank our first 7 subscribers. Okay, so I think about it like this. Everyone...
Moaz. Thank you, Moaz.
Oh my, yes. Also, link in the... We should ask him first, if it's okay.
Yes. Moaz has been one of our best supporters. He's been on all of our live streams. He's been to the McLovin.
Yes,
He lives in, like, what, Southeast Asia?
We have a follower who lives in Southeast Asia. And he's
been our number one supporter.
So dedicated.
Can you believe that? It's not any of my friends.
It's not
any
my
of his friends. It's Southeast Asia. And that is so cool to me.
So...
But thank you everyone in general that's been supporting us.
Yes,
Everyone who's been listening. Not namaste.
It's not... It's
thanks.
Thanks. But everyone starts off from a small place. PewDiePie started with 1 subscriber, you know. Everyone started off small somewhere, and this is just us starting.
Yeah.
We're just starting.
Hopefully we can record 1 or 2 more. We might record another one after this. I don't know yet. We'll see.
But one thing I also want to I want to make this a rule, and we can agree on this right now if you want, but all of our podcasts should be 110% uncut.
Okay. All right.
Deal?
Even sorry.
Sorry for what?
I don't know if there is anything bad, any mess ups, but we can't.
The mess ups are just part of who we are, you know.
You're right.
We all mess up.
And the final topic, I think we should have one final topic. How do we come up with the name Diceandsocks? I think that's the main question everyone's been asking.
Yeah, it's such a weird question. It doesn't have any innuendos with our name, so it's just a random name.
Diceandsocks?
Well, me and Travis were bored, and we were like, hey, you know what? We should start a YouTube channel because we're both cool friends. So
epic.
We kind of just sat there and thought about what to name ourselves. So after about 10 minutes of thinking about it, I kind of just said, you know what? You think of a word, I think of a word. Let's do it. I said socks. I think I said socks and you said dice.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, or vice versa. But either way, we came up with
Diceandsocks.
That name. And when we proposed it to other people, of course, they didn't, fully back it. Because Dice
They didn't hate it.
They didn't hate it, but it was kind of like so weird. And we kind of got some backlash from it. I got some, not backlash, just say some negativity. But that's uncut. That's what you get for being uncut.
Good thing you're not a cracker.
Good. Oh my god. Okay. Well, anyways, that's part of the negativity. Negativity comes with success, and if people bring negativity, then that means we're doing something right.
Because negativity helps produce a positivity.
What do you...
Sip. Alright, anyways.
Sip.
So it was just Diceandsocks, and I said it once, I'm like, oh, that sounds stupid. I'm like, Diceandsocks.
Yeah, we just kept saying it.
Diceandsocks. It makes me smile even now because it's the name. I feel like when you have something, when you have emotions to a word, when you have memories to a word,
it sticks more.
Yes, and that's 3 words. Diceandsocks.
Diceandsocks. Diceandsocks.
So Diceandsocks.
Diceandsocks.
Well, that's about all the time we really have. Well, we can have more time, but we want to keep it short and sweet for the first podcast.
Yeah.
Short. Like, oh my god.
Okay, we thought our everything shut off. The screen went black, like how your computer goes into rest mode, and I almost cried.
Oh no.
You okay? That was, oh my god.
It's a sign. We have to stop it now.
It's a sign.
It's a sign.
Well,
thank you
if you
for
made
watching
it this
again.
far. If you made it, it's not really watching. It's more of listening.
Listening.
If you made it this far, thank you. Honestly, I understand that podcasts are they might be difficult to listen to, you know, depending on who you are and what your tastes are. But if you've made it this far, honestly, thank you. This means a lot.
I love you.
I love you.
Have my babies.
What if it's a guy?
Have my babies.
Have my babies. Well,
thank you. All right.
So dudes and dudettes, this was our first official.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Dude, I'm so excited. Like, I'm actually excited to hear it back.
Yeah.
So yeah, dudes and dudettes, this was our first official Diceandsocks podcast. Like always, I have been your host, Champion, with my boy Travis.
And Travis.
And
I said that really weird, and that's okay.
And that's okay,
that's just how we be.
But if you've made it this far, we promise from here on out.
Even though we said it about 1,000 times, we appreciate you. We really do.
No, I was gonna say that we're gonna make sure we keep all of our content uncut because that's who we are. That's
life.
Life's
uncut.
Life's uncut. You can't take back the mistakes, so that's just what our content's gonna be, you know?
And I am a mistake.
Aren't we all? That's a topic for another day.
All
That's
right.
a topic for another day. So honestly,
Sayonara.
thank you.